There she is. Psych. Trouble at the camper rental spot today. Had to rent a regular car as I figured my way through and around a problem that came up with the right card on file for my camper van. My camper van is going to be actually like much cooler than this one, but not that freaking big. So right now my sexy Toyota Yaris, Toyota, you're welcome for this awesome adaptability on solution solving for tiny cars in a cinch. Oh yeah, thanks Dollar Rental as well. That was really helpful. Okay, so the issue was a card payment transaction, reservation number, complication. I was using some money from family. That didn't come through, that didn't happen. Had to reset the reservation. And what the whole gist of what happened was that I had to think in a very tightly confined, limited situation with the whole risk of the trip just in the beginning of the whole damn process. Like, the trip didn't even start yet. So context, I'm doing an 11 cities in 11 days road trip where I tell people about type 1 diabetes and create pop-up shops and workshops and get in front of schools and students and on the news to really change the conversation about diabetes and really start educating people about what this means and show you the hidden side of diabetes. So calling this the Diabetes Are Beautiful tour, and I've got some links and some stuff that I'm promoting about it. But what I really realized is that I lost sight of my goal. I realized that I was going to let these merchants, the salespeople at the rental spot, hold my beloved camper van and retard my progress on getting to where I needed to today, which was at a Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation office, a JDRF office, to meet with an outreach manager about the type 1 individuals in her community and to kind of get an inside look of their pre-diabetes walk season. So I couldn't let all that pass, and I had to get really freaking determined, and I had to really innovate and really think what my options were, and looked at all sorts of different card payments, different ways to really get the cash viable for the rental to make it happen. And I was just so committed to realizing that I was, after really connecting with my mentors, Doug Dane and Jacqueline McKenzie, they kind of turned on this light for me where they're like, well, have you told them what you were doing? Did you, share your story? Did you kind of open up? And as soon as they said, I was like, I got to call the owner. I got to let them know that I'm using this van, this vehicle, on a multi-city national tour to really highlight what diabetes can mean for people and how to really do something that's way beyond just renting a camper and going in the woods or near the freaking Grand Canyon for a weekend. Like, this is not a trip. This is a huge test. This is a journey. This is a precursor to understanding my determination and persistence for something much bigger and what I'm willing to do in this. And being outside of Vegas and being off the Vegas strip for a conference recently, there's lots of people showing you what they will do for money and for all different sorts of endeavors of selling your personal services on the street. But I had to sell them on this idea, and they still wouldn't budge. And that was just temporary defeat. That wasn't a failure by any means. So once I started to think in high gear, thankfully the manager was thinking in a high gear, and he was like, you know what, let's try something else. Which I was like, yes, let's try something else. Why aren't we trying something else before? But we get blocked in our limited thinking sometimes, and we don't get beyond what we believe is true about a situation. And if you can't think yourself out of it, and like Doug and Jacqueline's program, Thinking in Results from Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallagher, I know these are lots of names, but these are the names of the influencers that really have driven me to kind of be a better version of myself, to look into doing something more with myself. And I know that option exists for all of you, and I know when challenged, when pushed, when up against the wall against something, you have to really think your way out of it. You have to create something beyond where you are, beyond where you stand, and greater than your big fat frickin' problem, because you are so much bigger than your big fat frickin' problem. You can shape it and reinvent it and make something new out of it. And even though I've just delayed my travel plans for a day, I might sleep in my car tonight, I might have to wash dishes by morning, it doesn't matter, because I'm getting back to New York in 11 days, and it's happening. The Diabetes Are Beautiful tour. So I'll keep you posted when I get my actual camper van tomorrow and show you guys some cool photos of it. And I've been telling this to people, but I relate that moment in Pretty Woman where Julia Roberts goes to Rodeo Drive and she can't get her nice clothes available, and then she ends up going back to that same retailer who turned her down and said that like she was not good enough or wasn't worthy of their service or product, and just letting them know that it was a big mistake. And I feel like that's kind of a miss that maybe this company might have, but I'm going to still promote them wholeheartedly and still promote my vision throughout this, and know that this won't be a big mistake. I want people to recognize this Diabetes Are Beautiful tour because I want people with type 1 diabetes to get recognized, and I want to be collecting those stories, collecting images, and really collaborating with people who have their story to share, and looking to inspire you in all facets of that, and will show you my crazy ass journey along the way. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching to this point in time. I really love all your support. Please check out my GoFundMe page, gofundme.com/diabetesare, A-R-E as in R. Diabetes Are Beautiful. So check me out there. This will be on YouTube, Instagram, Peter Rossetti, and check me out soon, man. See ya.